straight out of California over to Ole Miss and now headed into the NFL draft. Matt Corral with us here on the Stacking the Box podcast, Fansided. Matt, you're working with Sleep Number. We'll get to that in a second, but let me just start with this. What gives you the confidence that you are ready to step in the NFL right now and contribute?
Really, what gives me the confidence is just my work ethic. You know, I'm a firm believer. My confidence comes from my work ethic and the way I prepare and the amount of time I put into it. You know, why feel any other way when I'm putting so much time and effort and all this sweat and blood and, you know, really everything I've got into this. You know, there's no reason to feel any other way but confidence.
Yeah, you've had a interesting journey to this point. One of your biggest supporters who is Lane Kiffin, and he's talking about your toughness. And apparently in the Liberty game, you were dealing with a banged-up body, some ankle issues, and you battled your way through and helped you guys get a victory. Can you just talk about how, hey, I'm about winning football games here, and I'm sure there's something maybe specific that you appreciate about Lane?
Yeah, no, I mean, I was battling it was a left ankle injury, so I couldn't really plant on my left foot. You know, the game plan was to not have me run at all and really just be in the pocket and, you know, get rid of the ball when I need to get rid of the ball. You know, me personally, on why, you know, some of the coaches didn't want me to play that game just because, you know, it was a non-league game and, you know, they felt like they could have handled it, but I didn't want to miss a game. I didn't want to, you know, leave that game up to chance because the ball wasn't going to be in my hands. So, you know, what really went into that was, you know, really me being the competitor I am and not wanting to miss an opportunity to be out there with my team.
Seems like a decent transition right into Sleep Number because you probably couldn't have slept that night had you not played, right?
Absolutely. The Sleep Number definitely had something to do with my rest the night before.
Yeah, so tell me about what Sleep Number is meant for you, being, you know, taking care of yourself off the field, because you got to take care of number one when you're not playing to be successful when you are playing.
You know, like, of course, like you said, you know, I really just taking my approach of all these marketing deals. I wanted to be authentic and, you know, wanted to be partnering with people that are with people and their products that I'm going to be using, you know, on a day-to-day basis. And what better way, you know, to do that than, you know, using a bed from Sleep Number. And not only, you know, is it comfortable and it's one of the best, but, you know, it definitely helps me get done what I need to get done and, you know, be able to track my sleep and being able to, you know, just really have an idea of, you know, how much rest I'm getting and, you know, just to attack what I got to attack during the day and get done what I got to get done.
Yeah, I love it. Got to take care of it's a 24-hour job over there to be a player in the NFL, quarterback in the NFL. Talk about, you know, how you just improved going in in 2020, you threw way more picks. You had a couple of 5-pick games. And then last season, you know, you're throwing 5 interceptions total. So is it understanding defenses? Like, how do you kind of, when you look back on your growth, how do you assess what happened?
I think there's a lot of things that went into it, but the main thing was just understanding defenses, understanding concepts, and when I get this certain look, having an understanding of where the ball's going to be before the ball's even snapped. And again, you know, being under the same offensive scheme, you know, consecutively, that definitely helps as well. That was my first offense that I've been under consecutive years, and you know, I'm grateful for that. And you know, just having Kiffin and Levy in my corner and taking me through, you know, the playbook year 2, it was just more in depth. It was, you know, taking off from what I already know and then going more in depth about the plays. I think that was a big difference in what has helped me from the product on the field.
Do you like studying and all that stuff? It seems like, I get it, like you have to do all this stuff to be good, but that seems like the hard part to me.
No, I mean, I definitely love, you know, the process of, you know, putting the final product on the field, which is executing the plays as an offense on game day. And, you know, when you really when you really go through that process and you're working with people you love being around, like I was around Levy, Kiffin, all my teammates that would come in with me for the extra work. I was around them, and there was no pressure because we were there all the time. There was nothing where we had to crunch in and we didn't have enough time to learn this. We were always on schedule, and again, what they say, you never work a day in your life when you love what you do. That's kind of how I feel about the process of football.
That's a great way to look at it. Hey, 463 of your 468 dropbacks in 2021, you were in the gun. Are you comfortable under center? Is that going to take a second for you to get acclimated?
No, sir. I mean, there's going to be little hiccups here and there, but that's something that I've been practicing consistently, just in case I do get drafted to a team who likes being under center. But it's all about adapting and being able to adjust. And I feel like I can execute any offense that a coach needs me to execute.
Yeah. Have you talked to Brian Daboll at all? People are kind of tying you to. He tried to recruit you at Alabama. Now, of course, the head coach of the Giants. Perhaps New York might be looking for some depth at that position. Any Daboll contact?
No, sir. I mean, I've talked to a lot of teams. Giants being one of them. But again, I've talked to a bunch of teams and had a lot of great conversations. And I feel like I put my best foot forward, and I'm just sitting back, waiting for the final outcome of what team wants to do business with me.
Yeah. What do they want to know, Matt? What is there a kind of a recurring question that you're getting?
No, I mean, it's really just people trying to fill out what type of person I am. And I think that goes for, whenever you go for a visit and teams have you on those 30 visits, they call them, it's really just the coaches and GMs and everybody in the facility trying to get a feel of what type of person you are, just to get to know you a little more.
Yeah, you've been open about hey, I used to drink some, and now that's changed, and just going through your journey of life. Where did sort of that decision come to be like, I'm going to share what's going on with me off the field and sort of let people get to know me, which I think to me, if I was a team, that'd be attractive, Matt. But it's vulnerable a little bit, right?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it's a lot of advice I got was just to be yourself. There's nothing that I can say that's going to hide the fact of what I've done in the past. There's nothing that I can say that's going to fix it. It's all about just growing from it and learning from your mistakes that you've made in your past. And that's all I'm about is learning from my mistakes and growing from them and being a better person every single day. And as for being vulnerable about it, I don't have a problem talking about it, just because I know I'm not the only person that's been in that specific situation. So there's nothing to be shy about or something to hide. If you feel like you got to hide it, I feel like you're doing something wrong already. There's nothing, for me personally, there's nothing to hide. So I've just been very transparent with a lot of with every coach and every GM, every owner that I spoke to.
It's the way to be. And Matt, I want to be here to let you know that the interviewer that you're talking to, yours truly, Mark Carman, I am not a perfect person, and so I think you're speaking to the you're part of the team, man. But I don't know, banana in the bunch.
I appreciate it.
Something along those lines is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
Just a couple more on the field. It says here that your bread and butter throws are your slants and stop routes out of the RPO. That you could throw them in your sleep. Would you agree with that assessment of your game?
Yeah, I mean, those are the easiest routes to throw. But it was only that because that's what they saw, reoccurring a lot in the tape. But that we only did RPO style because that's what Levy, our OC, that's what he's been running ever since he got into the coaching game and ever since he was introduced. Back when they were at Baylor, that's the type of offense they were running with Coach Briles. And we tried it out. We tried multiple. We tried the pro style that Kiffin wanted, and then we tried the RPO, and then it became a mix of both because we were good at the RPO, so we wanted to keep what we were good at and just get better on it. And then as for the drop back, that kind of came into play in situational downs, and that was more of Kiffin and Levy really talking about it behind the scenes. But that was really the main reason of why we did RPO. It was just because that's what we were best at as a unit, and whatever we were best at, we wanted to win a lot of games, and we're going to put our best product out there.
End of the day, putting up W's. I get it. Hey, what was the Wonderlic like? It's all making away the internet. That you had a 15 and Pickett's got a 17. Ritter's got a 19. I would have probably gotten a 2.
I don't know. I thought I did much better on it. I mean, there wasn't me personally. I thought I only got like 4 wrong, just because there's. I mean, I must have filled in the answer sheet wrong. I mean, that's not an excuse, but I remember them saying something. If you didn't fill it out, they they stopped counting after the one you filled out. So like your score would be all the way until that one you left blank. That would be your score. You can't just hop around the test. And I mean, I had to have done something wrong, because I don't know how that came about. But if I had an opportunity to take it again, I would. But it as it presented itself.
Yeah. Well, playing at Ole Miss and understanding the concepts, I mean, you can't have had success on that field without understanding football. It's kind of how I would look at it. And your scores, by the way, are right there with guys who are going to be picked in the first round here. So I don't know, but I hear you. That's annoying though, right? I guess that's kind of irritating, because like people are like, oh no.
Nah. Yeah. I mean, it's part of the game. It's something they've been doing for a long time, and it is what it is. I got no comment on it. There's nothing to be ashamed of or or disappointed in.
Yeah. Cool. Are you? If you had to bet on it, Matt, are you feeling like you're going in the first round? Do you have any sense here? Like, what's your plan to sit here and watch the draft? I feel like it's got to be a little stressful.
No, I've been pretty laid back about it. I expect to go in the first round, but that's why I'm here. But at the same time, I'm not really too concerned about where I get picked, just because I'm not in control of that, and I don't know the people who make those decisions are going to be the owners, and unfortunately, I'm in no control of that. So, I felt like I put my best foot forward in this process, and I trusted my work ethic, and I had a pretty good feeling about how the draft process went, and a lot of great conversations with GMs and owners, and that's what gave me a good feeling to just come and experience the draft in Vegas.
I'm being told it's wrap-up time here. So, who'd you root for growing up? Like, what's your dream team? And obviously, you'll go to any team in the NFL gladly and with a smile on your face. But did you have a favorite root growing up?
I did not. I did not have a favorite team. I just like watching specific players.
Okay. Who's your quarterback?
Aaron Rodgers, hands down.
He's had an okay career. Hey, Matt, I really enjoyed talking with you. Get that sleep, get that rest, sleep number, the official sleep and wellness part of the NFL. And, hey, I'm looking forward to watching you, man. Good luck.
I really appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Our pleasure. Matt Corral.